Welcome to Survival Theory. I'm in North Carolina in the National Forest. I'll tell you which National Forest later because I can't remember right now. But I'm ahead of Hurricane Florence, and my goal is to set up a camp and let the hurricane roll over me, or by then maybe a tropical storm, and just kind of enjoy the weather. But right now, blue sky, mid 80s, it's very nice. And being from flat Texas, I'm not used to this mountainous area. My legs are already feeling the burn, and I've got hours of hiking to do still because I want to get over this peak, down the valley, then up another peak. So I better get hiking. Alright, so now I've got a hiking stick, a bear stick. Whew. Well, dark's coming up quick. I've already been over several valleys, but I'm not hitting any peak. And I don't really know where this peak is supposed to be. So I'm going to stop here. I found about 100 foot of flat area. I'm going to stretch my hammock across this trail. First, I'm going to gather some firewood and get a fire going. The mosquitoes are buzzing. It's a beautiful sky, but I can't see very much of it because the forest is so thick. So, time to get busy, clearing an area, collecting wood, starting a fire. Whew. Oh, my pack is heavy. I hear some gunshots. So tonight I'm just having chicken teriyaki, Mountain House. Taking the easy route tonight. It's already pretty late, and I still have to set up my hammock. I want to collect a little bit more firewood. So I'll get some water boiled, get this going. I don't camp in bear country very often, so I'm going to have to be mindful of the scents I put out. Stash my food up in a tree and all that good stuff. Got the black bears around here. Alright, so hammock is set up. No tarp tonight over it. No rain tonight, even though I'm in the path of the hurricane. So, go figure. I can hear bats all around me. And this tastes perfect. Thank you, Mountain House. I'm exhausted from climbing up these mountains. It's definitely not something I'm used to, especially with the heavy pack. Where's my camp chair? Well, I'm exhausted. It's late, so I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I was just starting to get some sleep when the tree my hammock was tied to fell over. Wow. Well, it's a beautiful morning here in the forest, but it's not supposed to be. There should be a hurricane bearing down on me right now, but it slowed down so much. I'm right in the path of it, but by the time it gets here, tomorrow sometime, or Monday even, it's just going to be rain, and not even very much rain at that. So I missed out on the hurricane. But it was a good night's sleep, sort of, until the tree fell and my hammock hit the ground. But other than that, it was okay. So I'm going to pack up and do some more hiking. Enjoy this beautiful weather, because I rarely camp when the weather is this nice. And that's ironic, because I was trying to camp during a hurricane. So I'll break down camp and show you what gear I brought. Alright, so I brought a hammock, canteen. Of course, the canteen has, all the things that come with my canteen. And in this dry sack, I have a pair of gloves. You see that? Yeah, a pair of gloves. Extra sock, shirt, and underwear. And a schmog. And in this dry sack, very large one, I have fortified pasta and tomato sauce, dried. MRE. This is beef stew. Two packages of tuna. It's going to add that to that pasta. Sweet and spicy. And I've got a Fiber One bar and a Nutri-Grain bar, kind of squished. I'm going to eat these this morning. I brought a snake bag, which I keep all the bedding in. For the bedding, I had this blanket here. Right on the backpack, got another camera holder. Of course, I've got my clean canteen. It's about half filled with water right now. It also has a cup that goes on it. Got a large trash bag right here. This is my trauma kit. I got a watch there. Various small bungee cords attached. Got my headlamp with extra batteries. Last night I had to change the batteries. When I pulled out the headlamp, it was totally dead. I've got 2 lengths of webbing here, which I had to use last night to attach my hammock to a different tree. Actually, I've got 3 links of that stuff. Alright, so inside the pack, and here I've got more light sources. This is the Lighting Ever. I'm going to do a review on this thing. This thing is pretty awesome. I was using this to light up the camp last night for filming and just to look around. Got my other flashlight with extra batteries. Water filtration kit with multiple ways to filter water. Snacks, which I'm going to eat this morning. I was munching on those a little bit last night as well. And that first aid kit I just reviewed, the Surviveware. And this is a camera bag with extra batteries and all that good stuff. An extra tarp. This is the Chill Gorilla 10x10 tarp. And a pair of rain pants. And an extra camera. This is a waterproof one because I was expecting a hurricane. So. Oh, in my junk bag here. Brought all kinds of little goodies in the junk bag. Some fat wood. Toilet paper, wet ones, tissue. Extra Ziplocs. Fire starting kit, various ways to start a fire, and some fuel tabs, some insect repellent, some hand sanitizer, knife, fork, and spoon, multi-tool. What else do I have in here? Should have brought some whiskey last night. Anti-chafing cream, and extra flashlight, and some paracord, and Write in the Rain notepad, some 91% alcohol, and let's see, I've got a roll of bank line in there also. So that's my junk bag, although that's definitely not junk. But very useful items. Alright, in this top compartment, I've got poncho, sunglasses in their case, a long length of webbing with some heavy-duty carabiners there, some more bank line unopened, a case for the cell phone, this is the Hui Man saw. Just got this not too long ago. It's pretty good. I haven't used it very much, but so far it's been great. It's pretty cheap. And 100 foot of paracord. And that's it for in there. As far as what I brought on me, I brought the OKC SP53, although I didn't really use it yesterday. Of course, it's got the ferro rod and stuff like that in this pouch down here. And the knife I did use was this small rat. Use that to make feather sticks last night. And there's a sharpening stone in there also, in that pouch. And compass, whistle. And I've got my EDC knife. CRKT. I love this knife. And I've got a flashlight in my pocket, this O-light. Fire's out all the way, that's good. Leave no trace and all that, so everything's packed up. I'm going to hit the trail now. Now my loadout was based on, going through some heavy winds, maybe Category 1 hurricane in the forest. So I brought my hammock, and that has a tarp included with it. Now I may not have been able to set up my hammock depending on what kind of shelter I constructed, but I did have 2 tarps because knowing the amount of rain, I wanted as much protection from the rain as possible, in addition to protection from flying debris, falling objects, limbs. And I brought the MRE in case I couldn't get a fire going. And also brought the fuel tabs because of that reason. Normally I don't carry those on a short camping trip. I keep those in my bug out roll for longer trips. So this is one of the most beautiful days I've seen in a long time, especially being in these North Carolina mountains. It's just gorgeous. No hurricane though. So the weather prediction is the storm is no longer a hurricane, I think, and the storm will move through this area starting tonight. But it's pretty much going to be a rain event and very little wind. And I wouldn't even feel much of that wind down on the forest floor anyway. So it's not really worth trying to stick it out if it's just rain. I get rained on all the time, so. Now I wanted to stop and show you this because this is a potential hurricane shelter, and if my plans had gone the way I wanted them to, I might have needed this for shelter, and I would have stopped here. See, this is a massive tree, very massive tree, and that limb down there is part of it, and that's pretty massive too, and that's anchoring that. And you can also see the anchors here going into the ground. You've got all of this section here, which is kind of split right there. And there's a log on top, but that's not going anywhere. So let me take you to the other side here. Ooh. You can see that this is firmly anchored where it is. There's the tree that it broke from. Now, I could cut some of these smaller logs off with the saw, and that part that's broken off down there, I can cut more logs off of that. I can get these logs leaned up here and make an A-frame, lash them down, and put my tarp over that, and that would make super structure. I would be safe from flying debris, and there's no trees that could fall and hurt me above, because this was the big monster and it's already fallen, providing a shelter. And as far as the rain, when it comes down this hill, there's already kind of a high area right here, and it's going to run down right there. As far as trees from this direction, there is one there, but I feel I would be safe from that, because if that tree falls on this, it's not going to cut through this tree. So this would be a very good shelter during a hurricane if you're in the forest. You would have to put large logs up against this, protect you from debris and falling limbs. The water runs over to this area. Also, it kind of hugs to that side of the trail if it's in there. So right here would be high ground, and you'd be well protected. But no hurricane, just a little bit of rain, so no excitement here. 64, 65, 66. 1, 2. Now, according to my ranger beads, the hike back was 4,225 meters. So it's a lot easier going downhill than uphill. So I'll probably go now to the hurricane area, see what's going on over there. And sorry you didn't get to see the hurricane, but it slowed down, so it didn't get to where I was. So, well, thanks for watching Survival Theory. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Gorgeous out here. Welcome to Survival Theory. I'm in, where am I?